Hi there everybody, I am Slav from BHSpringSolutions and today I'm going to try to remake the SFS installation video. I'm going to do the installation on my Arcus 94. It is basically the same internals as the high power. As you can see, it is the internals are removed and only the trigger is here, which is irrelevant for today's demonstration. Like I said, all the internals of the Arcus are the same as the high power, and it will be basically the same process for both guns. So I will do my best to make possible everything to be seen as clear as possible, for considering the situation here and considering the lighting conditions and my incompetence in shooting videos. I'm going to try to use two cameras, the one you see here and the one that I'm holding at the moment. Well, let's start then. So I have created a very complex contraption here in order for you to be able to see. This is how my phone is positioned at the moment, and this is the main camera I'm going to use. So we have the gun prepared, and you will be receiving the SFS in a box similar to this, with all the readings included. Depending on the version of the SFS, you might or you might not have the Ambidextrous micro-leads. You will have two sear springs. One is the optimized one. You will recognize it by the bend. If I can make the phone focus, okay. So you see that it is bended here, which applies more pressure to the sear, and this is the other one that is not bent. This is the regular SFS sear spring, and it is going to be used for trigger pulls or roughly above 5 pounds. Okay. I'm going to use the not optimized sear spring and all the other stuff here. I'm going to prepare it. You will excuse my English because this is not my strength. So there will be instances where the hammer assembly might get disassembled during the travel or shipping or whatever. It is good for you to know how to assemble this. If the hammer assembly reaches you disassembled, or you dropped it and it disassembles, you will need to know how to reassemble it. So it's very easy. You take the drum part, you place the drop safety, put the spring like that, the hammer strut goes here, you put the hammer itself in such order that the spring lands here. See? You push both parts to each other and start rotating the hammer. This will compress the spring and the part will assemble. Just like that. Easy. So we continue with the installation of the SFS. It is more or less just like the OEM firing control group. You start with the ejector. You place it where it belongs. You put the sear pin, hold it like that. After that, you install the small hook piece with the hook looking forward, hook looking in that direction. It will be like that. Okay. Now I will help myself with the punch tool. After that, you install the sear itself. Okay, that's a moment where you might need magnetic tweezers. I don't have those right here. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to insert the hammer. It will be easiest if you just rotate the ejector. This will make more space in that back part of the frame in order the spring to go in. That. Now it's the turn of the safety assembly to go in. You might see that I'm constantly trying to keep the sear pin from falling. It is because my Arcus was used many times for assemble and disassemble. It is my guinea pig actually. You can see the hook part here. This is where this part of the safety assembly will go. So it needs to be visible and clear. You can see it here. This is the hook part looking forward that direction. Don't go right in, wiggle a bit the hammer, it will make the place for the safety. Let me try focus this for you. You can see how this part of the safety lever, or the cocking lever as it is called, is going into the hook part. This is crucial for the SFS function. Look like that. Now is the most interesting time of the SFS installation, and this is the installation of the small cocking spring. It is, let me just try to put it here without losing the sear pin. The installation of the small spring, which is providing the upwards position of the cogging levers. This is the correct position of the spring. This small tail looks outwards of the frame and it is positioned like that. If you try to install it like that or like that, it won't go. Or it will go, but you will be having a deformed spring, which is not a good thing. So you're placing the spring just like that. And here's a small secret of ours. Mark and Ty are using. We are using the tip of the sear spring to push the small spring up, and then you will just push the cocking lever down. If it's not, if the position of any of the internals is not changed, it should just click in, but in my case something moved along the way, so I think this is the sear. That's making this problem. I will try making this video with as less editing as possible. You can see what the problem is. You can see how the sear is touching this post here. So it needs to be like that. So I will try keeping the sear in its working position with my thumb while doing the rest. Now we have it where we want it to be. You can now see how this little tail of the spring is showing here. Let me try focus there. Now you can see it just here. This means that the spring is correctly positioned. You won't be able to move it now because the hammer is not cocked. Now it's time for the sear spring to go in. It's much easier with my Arcus because it is really it's being assembled and disassembled many times. This is roughly the process. Now we have the hammer cocked. When cocking the hammer, the cocking levers are going nowhere. Actually, they are staying just leveled. When you move the hammer forward, the cocking lever is moving up because of the spring, and if you want to cock the hammer, you just need to swipe the safety down. To the rest of the SFS kit, you just put the right hand cocking lever in, and carefully place the pin that is blocking its movement on its place. Be careful not to hit any part of the gun because you might damage the finish. You can probably tell from the video that my gun is really dirty at the moment, but this is absolutely intentional. So I'm just testing various components, new components on the gun, and I want to see how are they going to behave when the gun is not maintained properly. And this concludes the installation of the SFS system in my Arcus. Now, in order to install the Ambidextrous mic release, it is just the same process as in the regular mic release. I'm not having any magazines here while I'm working on the gun. You should not have any magazines or ammunition unless you're trying to fix something on the magazine releases or something like that. Now we have it. A perfectly working SFS kit. Thank you for watching, and please excuse my English one more time. I'm doing my best here. I hope you will be able to see as many details in this video as I'm trying to recreate. So, love for BHSpringSolutions here. Thank you.